Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
And this is a spot where a lot of tourists will come and they'll capture this image right here. So all of this is reclaimed land. Guest house slash restaurant. There's one of the cats right there. He's a little bit scared, so I'm gonna walk away. Then there's another cat up there too. Okay, so this street's called Travessa de Praia Grande, which is like Big Beach Lane. And this over here is a different street. But that street that's parallel, that's over on that side of it, it's called Avenida de Praia Grande. And the Avenida de Praia Grande just keeps on going down that way. So we're going to highlight that a little bit in a moment. But our target street is going to be this one, going towards those casinos down there. You can see them just slightly. And we're going to walk right into that. So stay tuned for Big Beach Lane 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on. Big Beach Lane. I'm going to bring you over before we go down our lane. This is Big Beach Avenue, Praia Grande, Avenida de Praia Grande. You can see some kind of cool apartments right here, these white ones that are up above. So actually this would have been on the reclaimed land side. There's another one right there. And so those kind of overhang, but this whole space over here is all on reclaimed land, meaning that this lane of the Big Beach is just really an offshoot of go across this way. Just really an offshoot of Big Beach Avenue, which was historically here. And then this particular street, this lane would have been in the ocean. And because we're kind of at a cool spot, I'm just gonna walk over here real quick, give it a little context. Big Beach Road, it's down that way. We're gonna just come across here real quick. I just want to highlight this because in a minute there's all the people down that way. They're going to go across the Avenida Praia Grande. Another architectural building similar to the two that we saw earlier. And this is a spot where a lot of tourists will come and they'll capture this image right here of Grande Lisboa Casino. And on that note, we're going to go back to our target street, continue on. But I wanted to give you a little view. And I think historically this Praia Grande, you can see the yellow building right there. That one would have been historically there, and then they would have built these other ones later when they, some of them are historic and some of them are not. The yellow one is right there. And then some of the other one, there's a nice beautiful one down the street a little further, which I'll capture before we go down. But that green building on the other side of this car, that one's a nice historical building as well. And that would have been on this historic Praia Grande. And now we're gonna go down beach. Let me come over on this side. So all of this is reclaimed land. And so these buildings would have came about whenever they built this, which I think was, I don't know, maybe 70 years ago, something like that. I'm not sure the story behind the red on the windows. But one of the things that's noted about this particular area is they just kind of let all these buildings go into disrepair, which is funny because they continually reclaim more land from the ocean. There's a lot of it right now happening, so we're really changing Macau's landscape. But then you also have this other stuff that was reclaimed from the land, you know, 50, 60 years ago, which is kind of abandoned. And the story is that nobody can afford to buy it, and they just kind of hold on to it because it's like basically, I don't think the land rents must be low or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but for whatever reason, those things just don't get sold. So they just leave them abandoned, they just own them, and then they'll just do, you know, store their stuff on it. Here's another one, right? It's kind of a cool looking building. And like that building alone would be really amazing just to be like this. The design of it is so interesting. I think it was this right here goes to a guest house. So guests will stay in this place. It's a nice, these are popping up all over Macau. So they're kind of low end places to stay, very reasonable cost. Check that out. You can see right up there, you can see this. There's a geisha, it's like Kyoto, like a little image of Kyoto up there. Huh. Might come back and take a photo of that. Before we go down, oh, you see that cat right there? There's like 2 cats. There's a cat on the rooftop and a cat right there too. Kind of cool. Looks a little bit scared. And then this right here, I see this sometimes too. I don't know what it means, but I always see this in Macau. I guess that's the artist's signature. There's more cat food here, so I guess the cats are alive and well in here. So anyways, that cat looks like, all the cat food looks fresh, so somebody came out here recently. I saw somebody feeding the cats the other day. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're related to this guest house slash restaurant. There's one of the cats right there. He's a little bit scared, so I'm gonna walk away. Then there's another cat up there too. Look at that, it's like there's a little stairwell that goes up in there. All that stuff is abandoned. Huh. So that would be interesting if someday that actually came back. And then right here is a Familia Hotel, which are, there's a lot of them, must be at least 10 in the city. And we're gonna come up, and then here's another one of these interesting balcony type things. So I don't know the story about. We'll try to capture it from a different image as soon as we can get across here. So now you can see the images of these apartments. So they got balconies. There are people that stay in some of those apartments, but a lot of them look a little bit abandoned. That's our target street down that way. And then we're coming out to this street is named after King John IV, I believe. We'll try to locate the street name in a minute. And then there's a Portuguese school right over there. And we got more of this kind of balcony stuff as well. And I am going to just kind of highlight in this area a little bit. So that's the Grande Lisboa Casino. And then I just want to find the name of the street and just show it so that people can identify where we're at. But it's a Portuguese school down that way. There's some Portuguese artist right there that does all this kind of work like that. So he'll chisel into the cement wall, create artwork there. We're gonna come back this way. And we also have some, like a kind of a famous type of Macau style restaurant right there, which is still has all the artwork, but it's closed. I'm gonna try to capture it from a certain angle here. So there we go. So now we have that angle as well. So we started down that way, and then we're basically gonna walk. So there's this one restaurant again. So we're gonna head back to our target street, which is Travessa de Praia Grande, and then we're going to end our video. And I didn't see the sign for this street, but I'm pretty sure it's John IV, João, so named after a king in Portugal. So let's end it right here. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on.